What's up? Long time no see.
I know. God, it's been busy.
Dude, yeah, you're telling me.
'Tis the season.
Yeah, literally. It's been a long 3 weeks.
Yeah, for real. Well, I'm sure you guys are
So, how
super
have you
busy
been?
with food.
Yeah, graduation
Oh yeah.
is over last was over last week, but yeah, it was good. Yeah. I binge watched Sweet Tooth. Have you seen it yet?
No. That's on my list
It's
though. I
pretty good.
think Randall watched some of it. Or maybe he watched all of it.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
haven't seen it.
I watched the first season and then I haven't had Netflix for probably
I was about to say
a,
you got
ye-
Netflix again.
a year, you know. So, don't mind my hair. I cut it a week ago.
It's already grown out.
Mm-hmm. Man, how was work?
Not bad actually. We got done pretty early. Um,
That's good.
yeah. So it worked out.
How was the gym?
Good. Actually, a good lift. It's feeling real strong today.
Good.
Yeah.
I haven't gone. I haven't gone in well over a week.
That's not too bad though. You probably give it a little rest.
Yeah, I messed my stomach up hella bad. Friday night I had to stay later than I anticipated, so I didn't get off of work until like 12:45, and I didn't have no groceries at home because Zoe went up to her mom's house, so I didn't go grocery shopping. But I had anticipated going grocery shopping when I got off at 8. Well, I ended up staying, later. So I drove by Taco Bell and I was like, I'll just get a couple of tacos and a pizza.
Nope.
No,
Messes
it
you
messed
up.
my dude up until today. Like my stomach was like I was in so much pain that I took Tuesday off. Like my diverticulitis was acting up. Like it messed it up super bad. I was like, oh, dude, I was like, this is the worst. Like I text my boss. I was like, hey, I was like, I need to take tomorrow off. And like when I got off of work on Monday, I literally just sat in the office all day and just did paperwork. Um, and then I came home and I just laid on the couch and just did like a heating pad just to like make it warm and like soothing. And then I just like rubbed it, kind of like rubbed my stomach like in like the track of the GI to kind of like try to like soothe it. And I just slept and didn't eat any food for like 2.5 days.
That's a
And
while,
then it's
all
like,
from Taco Bell.
yeah, dude, yeah. Well, I didn't think about it, and I had 3 tacos, and they were piled full of lettuce. I was like, the one time
Um,
Taco Bell does their job and puts a good amount of fucking lettuce on the tacos. Oops, I cussed before the 10-minute mark.
yeah,
But I was like, man, so it messed my stomach up for days. Like I was like, oh, it was not
that's
good.
a bummer.
Yeah, I talked to my insurance lady at work and I got like who takes our insurance and I was like, I'm going to travel health and I'm gonna go get referred so I can get this stuff cut out of me because I'm over it.
Done.
I was like,
Yeah.
but I also noticed that I engorge eat now. Like I don't eat like small meals throughout the day. So like I think that's one thing messing me up too is just like I'm eating way too much food at one time. So I'm not even
Mm-hmm.
allowing my body like time to digest, which is why I think I'm getting like more chronic pains frequently.
Especially because you're so used to your body eating every couple hours, like smaller meals. Because I mean, you've been eating that way
Yeah.
for like ever.
Yeah. So I need to go back to that. Like even like last night, the kids were like, "You're not making yourself a plate," and I was like, "I ate like an hour ago." I was like, "I'm gonna give myself like another hour and a half," and then instead of like trying to pile more food and just eat dinner with them, like I just ended up eating dinner like a little bit later, and then I made sure and didn't eat any food 3 hours before I went to bed.
Yeah, that
So
definitely makes a difference, I feel like.
yeah, definitely. So sorry, I got an eyelash in my eye.
Always.
Literally. So how do you want to break it down? Do you want to go episode 1, 2, and then 3?
Sure. Yeah, might as well.
Okay,
If you remember
you
them.
can start. Yeah, I remember them. What'd you think of episode 1?
I mean, I liked it. I did. I know. I feel weird saying that because everyone's like, "Rah," you know, I hate it, but I liked it. I don't remember if that's no. We got introduced to both of them, May and yeah, Osha. I liked the twin thing. I liked the good, and then I got the bad twin. I like that, and I don't like a lot of people were nitpicking like her hairstyle and then them being um identical. But I don't know. I like that. I think it was kind of cool. I like Soul. I even like Yord. Even he's just like that, by the book, bring a new kind of Jedi cop thing. I don't know. I think he's kind of weird, but I like him. I like the little Padawan too, whatever her name is. I forget her name.
Um,
That was on
do
Logan.
you? Yeah, Daphne is her
Hmm.
real name.
I like her.
So I kind of like, I was thinking about this with like the Marvel shows and the Star Wars shows. A lot of them get hate, and like I'll get into that, but like you only get one episode at a time.
Hmm.
So and I understand why they did that, because they wanted to give you that like old school network television thing where like after you
Like the
watched
weekly.
the episode, yeah, after you watched the episode, you talked with your friends, you did like what we're doing, you're speculating on like what's going to happen next, the anticipation, the breakdown, and all that. But with stuff like this, you leave too much. You're right,
Yeah, I thought I heard something.
dogs.
We're good. Yeah, we're good.
Um, um, you leave too much room for hate. Like right now, like I'm watching stuff on Netflix where I'm just blazing through it, or like even when I watched Fallout the other day, I enjoyed it. I've watched Fallout all the way through 4 times.
Oh my god. We're still not finished with it.
Literally, that just shows you that I don't have a life. No, no, I'm just kidding. But I have. But the thing though is like I watched it myself. Then I watched it with Lena and got to watch her experience it. Watched some of it with Zoe, got to watch and experience it. So it's just like it's one of those scenes where it's like that's what I did, and it was really really enjoyable. But I, I don't know. I like the way it flows together better. Um, when it's all back to back. Like even when
Yeah.
I rewatched Mandalorian last week. I just put it on and I just kind of just like vegged out. And if you watch it all together, it's way better, way
Hmm.
way better.
Well, I
You
did the
know what I
same thing
mean?
with Kenobi. I rewatched that not too long ago, and it's totally different when you rewatch it start to finish
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and not waiting
I've
all
used,
week, and then you get ideas,
yeah,
and then or you start. I think too, because people, when you have a week to think about it, you already have something in your head that you're expecting, and so when it doesn't happen,
yeah,
you're very disappointed and upset.
yeah. I also think with all the backlash the show has, like your main focus on the show,
It's already gone.
and anybody that you ask about the show, the first thing that they bring up, oh, the person that directed it's gay. You know what I mean? And it's just like I'm seeing more memes and more almost like this is the center focus of everything. Or how that one actor who played the dude with like the dreads, what's his name in the show?
Yord.
Yord, how he
Yeah, him
said,
messing up.
Anakin blew up the
Yeah.
Death Star. So it's just like you're already gonna have so much different hate, and the focus of the show isn't on the actual show.
Yeah. And my thing is like
Yeah,
if the actors do a good job, I don't care about what you are outside the show. I don't care,
yeah,
just do a good job with the show and just be good actors and do your job, you know? Like I just don't care.
yeah,
I don't care about the
yeah,
interviews because even the interview that went around saying like Star Wars is gay, one, I've never seen the full interview, so I don't know. You don't know what
yeah,
we're missing. It could be that way, but I'm like, I don't know. I can't even find the full interview to even like comment on it because I'm like, I don't want to say something if it's not what it seems.
yeah,
It's easy to chop things up. But I'm like, I just
yeah.
don't care at the end of the day. I'd rather just watch the show and just be happy.
Yeah. I like the visuals. I like how it's real world and some of the monsters or creatures are, animatronics or people in
Hmm.
suits with makeup. Like that makes it feel like Star Wars, but it's just like I don't think people realize it's 100 years in the past. It's gonna
Hmm.
be different, you
Yeah.
know. Um
And it's very like I saw somebody describe it. It's very like they're cops. Like there's no Sith right now. It's just they're running the galaxy and
yeah.
make sure everything's running. So they act just like cops, in my opinion. It's just like
Mhm.
especially Yord. He's very like my suit needs to be pressed. He's very proud of becoming this new Jedi, and I don't know. I thought that was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah, I think I called they were gonna be twins. I was like, she has a twin sister. I was like, what? She has a
Randall
twin
thought she had
sister.
split personality. He thought he had it too because I watch it. He watches it Saturdays, so I've already seen it. But he's just like, "Oh yeah, she had a sister and she died," and he was totally like, "I'm like, we'll
Yeah,
see."
yeah. I do. So, I was gonna say let's go episode 1, 2, and 3, but I mean it kind of all just meshes together.
Yeah.
Um, so like for like episode 2, like I I thought it was cool to see different Jedi's throughout the galaxy. Like they're all not on Coruscant. They're all not walking the same path essentially. Um I thought that was cool. I thought that at the ending when you see the Wookiee, I thought that was neat.
Right. I like that.
Yeah, I thought it was a waste of an actress to use the girl who played Trinity in Matrix and she just dies in the first
Right.
episode.
I thought the same thing. I was
I
like,
was
well, maybe
like,
she'll be back for some flashbacks, but
yeah,
yeah, she was gone
yeah,
real fast.
yeah, literally. Um,
I like the fighting too. I thought the choreographer was
the
like
fighting,
really good. It's different.
yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's a lot of like defense rather than
Mhm.
attack, which was
Yeah.
neat.
Which is
Um,
interesting, like, because when they said that too, that they only draw their lightsabers when they're ready to kill. But then you
yeah,
see the other movie, then those mofos have lightsabers for everything.
yeah. So, and then they're like, I don't know. They're like, oh, we're not going to see Yoda in this, blah 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 blah. But I'm like, Yoda's around at this time, and it would make more sense for him to be one of the ones to cover up all of this,
Hmm.
essentially. Um,
Well, then I know a lot of people are upset because they're like painting Jedi in the bad light. But I'm like, but isn't that how it's always kind of been? Because of the way that they
yeah, no,
are, some people don't
yeah,
understand. So it's always been like they're the bad guys, or like look at the cops. Some people hate cops, some people like cops, and then same Jedi. Some people hate them because they see them in different ways. So I'm like, people are just getting really worked up about that. I'm like, they've always said
yeah,
that though about Jedi. Like some people think they're
yeah.
bad.
And I like that. I don't know.
Like it's not
We'll
perfect.
see.
Of course, like there's
Yeah,
parts that I'm like, or some of the acting. So I get it, but I'm like, it's the point. Just stop bitching about it.
yeah.
It's just getting
I
exhausting.
could, yeah, I couldn't stand the little kids bickering back and forth, how fake it looked when they were
Oh my
fighting
god,
each
yes.
other.
Yes. I could not stop, just like stop. Just please stop, guys. Like
Yeah.
no. That
I
episode
was
there
like,
wasn't the best acting in the third episode.
No,
The
not at
story I thought was
all.
kind of cool. Somebody said it felt
Yeah,
very Clone Wars like.
I could see that. I could see that.
Mhm.
Um, I do think it's cool to see the different. What are you drinking?
It is my greens, poppy, and my magnesium. It's my mocktail.
Nice. Yeah, in a wine glass. It's all good
Duh.
product. That's cool. Um, off topic. Do you remember how much people used to judge you for all the bottles of wine that you had as decoration in the kitchen, and
Yeah.
how much hate you would get from that?
For real. They all thought they were empty too. I'm
Dude.
like, most of those are full.
Yeah, like, oh, dude, I remember that. That's so funny. I don't know why that just
I
randomly
totally
popped in my.
forgot about that. People did give me
Mhm.
crap for that. I'm like,
Dude,
calm down,
all the
guys.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
You're like, do you
lord.
think I'd be up in the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning doing cardio and training after work if I was a lush?
Yeah,
Like,
right? Like, calm down, guys. I liked wine, but I didn't like it that much.
yeah. Um, I can see the vibes for Clone Wars, definitely. I did think it was cool to see another group that could wield the Force, because there are other people out there in the galaxy that could touch into the Force and use it in a certain way. I kind of watched Screen Rants already and kind of listened to what he had to say, and he said, like, like maybe the Jedi are trying to stomp out anybody else that uses the Force, and they want to be the only ones to use it.
That would make sense.
Well,
Because so many people
yeah,
are really mad about the witches being dead, but they're like, they're not burned. Like, that was horrible acting. I'm like, clearly there's more to this story because there's a
yeah,
reason Torben killed himself because of this.
yeah,
So y'all need to calm down, wait for the next episode. Like,
yeah.
because they could have killed them
I think,
all. Who knows?
yeah, that's what I was thinking about too. I was just like, uh, and then I was like, maybe both of the sisters are going to join the Sith.
I kind of thought that too. Or, you know what somebody said? They said because they're not thinking the guy with the mask, they don't think he's the master. They think he's below and there's somebody else. They're like, what if it's Yord? And it's that whole Jar Jar Binks thing, like he's playing stupid, but really he's the actual like Sith Lord. But then I'm like, that's too close to Palpatine. But that would be kind of cool. Or he's just gonna
I
die
never,
early.
yeah, I never thought about that. Um, what did you think about them manipulating the midichlorians to bring life?
It definitely was different. I know that made a lot of people mad too. But I'm like, they're witches. Like I can kind of see that happening. Um, because there's obviously a reason they don't have children, right? Because like they said that they're the only
Yeah,
kids in that. So the only way
yeah,
obviously they can have kids is to make them because they're all females.
yeah.
And everyone's like,
Well,
"Oh, it
and
takes away
then
from
the
Anakin." But I'm like, but it doesn't because Anakin was made differently, right?
no, and but yeah, no, yeah, but it also shows you how Plagueis uh, taught or brought up to Sheev about creating life. So there, at
Mm-hmm.
some point, he learned it. So I'm wondering if this is where it's going to be, because that was Plagueis's like whole goal, was to live forever and transfer his essence to another body, kind of like how Apocalypse did.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I do like your theory though about him, the person pretending to be isn't even the actual Sith master. Like it could be like an apprentice essentially.
Mm-hmm. Because they don't have the rule 2 yet, right? I don't think.
No, they do. They do.
Oh, they do. Okay. Well, still.
So
Well, technically, because she's an acolyte, May,
yeah,
which
she's
I
they're
think is
almost like.
weird because I'm like,
Go ahead.
they're not supposed to use weapons to kill, but she kills everybody with weapons.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
that's like the
she's just
final
lying to him.
test.
Yeah, I'm like, she's
No,
lying.
I think that's the final test. Sorry. It's been a long day. It's 4:20 in the
Definitely.
afternoon, and I haven't done anything.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I've only been up for 4 hours.
I've been up for
Uh,
a while.
I know I was going to bed when you were awake,
I know. So weird.
but yeah, no, I do like that. I definitely do like that, and you have to look at May. She's almost like how Ventress was to Dooku.
Yeah,
You know, that's why she doesn't have a lightsaber or anything like that. She's just fighting with blades.
true.
Um, my thing is that if the mother created them, but the Zebrek that's the second in charge gave birth to them, why don't they have any of her
I
attributes?
thought the same thing. Yeah, I thought the
You know,
same thing. I
like,
was like, why? They don't, like, yeah, you think they'd have something from her.
yeah, like if the mother carried them, that's would be a better explanation of why they look like her.
Yeah.
So, and then somebody else said that like I can't remember where I saw it. I've seen a couple different interviews. They were saying that maybe the masked character is the mother, but
Oh.
I don't see it being her because their weapons were very primitive. They didn't have
Mm,
lightsabers. They had bows, staffs, swords, stuff like that.
poison.
Like, hmm. So I'm like,
I hope
So
it's not, because I don't know. I feel like that would be kind of a disappointment if it was Mother.
yeah,
Unless they twist
it
it
would
some
be.
way. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind if it was Plagueis, like the beginning of Plagueis's story. I wouldn't mind that at all. Like
Yeah.
I'd be happy with that.
Well, and I
Um,
think too, because like, I don't know, like a lot of people were mad about the last episode. And I don't, because a lot of people were mad about the whole mothers thing. But then when they had the third episode come out, I'm like, that makes sense because they're all part of a coven. The higher women are always the mothers. It's not necessarily
hmm
saying that they're together. I mean, I think they're making the two main ones like seem like they were a couple, but that doesn't bug me because
almost,
they're witches, and in every witch
yeah,
coven in any movie show back in history, like, they're all girls. They're gonna end up being together. That doesn't bother me.
yeah,
But I'm like, there's more to it. They're not focusing on that like people thought they were. I'm like, you gotta
yeah,
like watch the whole show first and then judge it. I mean, it's probably not gonna be my favorite show, but I also don't think it's terrible. But I'm trying to stay optimistic too. I
yeah,
think too many people are reading too much into it, and I'm like, it's just a TV show at the end of the day.
yeah.
Like the last episode
But
wasn't perfect, but it wasn't terrible.
Star Star Wars is more than television to people, and Star Wars is more than anything. And I think like Disney in general has just gotten so much hate and so much backlash over the last couple of years that it's just one of those scenes where it's like that's all anybody's hyper focused on, because that's what
Yeah,
gets you the most clickbait. That's what gives you the most views, the most likes, all of that. Like if we sat
yeah.
on here for 25 minutes and was like, I hate this, I hate that, I hate this, you're going to get more
People
people
commenting, more people. Yeah,
rallying about that.
yeah. Because that's one thing I've noticed myself getting sucked into reading comments. But I'm like, oh my gosh, these people are crazy. Like, even if I absolutely hated this show and did not like anything about it, I don't know. I'd be like, yeah, I don't like it. And just move on.
Yeah.
There's other Star Wars
Well,
shows that I love and other movies that I'll just keep watching.
yeah. Well, and it's so funny too. Like, I seen that one girl who makes coffee, and she's like a heavier set girl, and she's like, "Welcome to the day in the life of a business owner." Blah blah blah. Have you seen her yet? Like
I
on
don't think so.
Instagram or TikTok or anything?
Mm-mm.
Well, I seen like one or two videos here and there. It doesn't really hit my algorithm. Uh, but I seen her on Your Mom's House with Tom Segura brought it up. And if you look her up on Instagram, she's just like, this is the day in the life of me. and she's just going about her day. Like, she goes to the gym, she makes herself some coffee, she opens up her business. Like, she's a business owner. She's like, a young 20-year-old, but she gets hate so much hate. Like,
Oh,
I started reading the comments, and it's like hate from Australia, hate from UK, like, we hate you, we hate you. And there's like 25,000 comments.
oh my lord, that's wild. I guess you can't please everybody. That's
But like,
crazy.
I'm just sitting there, and like, maybe I've just gotten to the age where it's just like it takes more effort to care, and it
Yes.
takes more effort to dislike something and make it known that you dislike it than it does to just go, okay, cool, and just go about your day. Like,
Yeah.
I've finally hit that time where it's just like, and the reason why, like, I'm bringing this up is because, like, kind of to like tie it into bodybuilding, and tie it into working out, is just like, some people are just like, you don't go to the gym that often no more, man. I don't know what I would do, and this and that. And I'm just like, I just want to pat them on the shoulder and be like, I was in your spot a couple years ago. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I totally understand. And even with like Star Wars, like, oh man, I hate this and I hate that. And I'm just like, I was in your spot once before,
Yeah.
youngster.
That's been
It's
me though with
cool.
this show. I'm just like not,
Yeah.
because even like the sequels, like we've talked about that we're not huge fans of it, but we're also not like it's the end of the world. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm over it now. I'm not gonna just keep bashing on it because I don't care. Like like I said, it takes too much
Yeah.
effort, and it's just like I just want to enjoy this show. And if I don't like it, then like Andor, I did not like that in the beginning, and everybody was like, "How could you not like it?" Now I like it, but it really took me basically until the end of the show and to see the whole story to
Yeah.
like it. But
And
beginning, I was like,
see
"This is
how
not Star
everything
Wars."
tied in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to like
So,
it, but you know, I wasn't bashing people for liking it. I wasn't like, this is the end of the
yeah.
world. I hate this show. Like, I just
Yeah.
didn't like it.
And that's, yeah. And that's kind of like how I feel too. I'm just like, look, I'm going to enjoy what I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to like what I'm going to like. And I'm going to cherry pick parts of this show, and some of it's going to be enjoyable. I really can't wait to see a live action lightsaber whip, because we've only seen it
Yes.
in comic
I
book, you know, like, we've
forgot
only
about
seen it
that.
in comic books and stuff like that. So I thought that was really cool. I like that we're kind of not on planets that we normally know of.
Hmm.
I like the fact that, like, you don't have to cherry pick from the first 7 movies and shows, because you're so far in the past that you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like, there's new creatures that aren't the same creatures rewashed over. You know?
Yeah, 'cause I think they took, I forget her name, Jackie, Yeki, whatever Padawan's name is, but they took
Yeah,
her creature from one of the original, from just like a background character. And I thought that was so cool because it's like,
yeah,
you don't get to see that, species at all. And then they made her a Padawan. So I like seeing the different
yeah,
species and like I said, we had a
yeah.
Wookiee.
I th- yeah, I think it would be cool to see more of, like, not so much like, how would I word this? Um, I think it would be cool to see the mystical side of the Force, because in episode 4, Han Solo says, like, it's an ancient religion, like a bunch of like basic magic tricks, essentially, is what,
Mhm.
he's saying. It's like you're living in that period where it's just like it's unexplainable. And the way that they explain the Force as a thread, and they're not the first ones to do this. It's like, okay, cool, this is really, really cool. So you can see a different part of it. Like, you're not going to see somebody just swiping their fingers to manipulate somebody's mind, or, flipping a coin or the
Because it's
right
still
way
like
for
you
that.
said, they just don't know. It's unexplained
Yeah.
right now. They're just like they're
Yeah.
still figuring out, like especially outside people.
Mm-hmm. and then how fast it disappeared. Because that would be cool. Like, let's face it, like if the Jedi thought that they were doing the right thing and they killed everybody that was a potential threat to them and using the Force, and they thought that they were like the almighty purpose of how to do it. So
Yeah, because then it would explain a lot in just.
I don't know what I just said, but that makes sense.
I understood what you meant,
Okay,
but I
cool.
think that even if they did kill all of them, I think it still would make the prequels and all that make sense. Because I'm
Yeah,
like, there was a lot of stuff hidden that Yoda was hiding, and if you've seen the Clone Wars
yeah,
and all, they were a little
yeah.
sneaky for a little bit.
They're not all. I mean, come on, let's face it. They still kids. They take kids from their parents to put them in their cult.
I
Like,
did think it was weird of them spying. That was one where I was like, I thought that was weird. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Stop spying on these kids. That's a little strange.
oh yeah, yeah, fucking stranger danger for sure.
Yeah, so I did think that was
They were
weird.
then they were asking for space cakes. I was like, what are you gonna go get in his van?
Yeah. So that was odd. But then people are up in arms
Mm,
about that too, because they're like, oh, they were 8 years old, and that's too old. I'm like, this is 100 years before. So maybe they realized that, and that's why they got them when they're younger.
mm-hmm.
Like
That's what
maybe there's a reason. You know.
I
So
definitely.
it's like,
If 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 Kathleen Kennedy, say Bob Iger, fires her and made Dave Filoni the executive, whatever it is for Star Wars, and he said that he was going to no longer make the 7, 8, and 9 canon, and he was just going to completely redo them and do like a recasting of Harrison Ford and a recasting of Carrie Fisher, but as a younger age to tell more of the story before 7, 8, and 9, and make 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12 to make the story make more sense. Do you do you think it would make 7, 8, and 9 better? Like you see a young Luke, you see a young Han, a younger Leia going through everything they're doing, her trials, a young Ben, and like a fight that ends up happening. Do you think that would make it
I
better?
don't know.
Because I mean, like, let's face it, like everybody hates Episode 8, The Last Jedi. It's nobody's favorite movie, but the director took it in a direction that wasn't the norm.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And like I've always said, it is like I never felt like it was its own movie. I felt like it was the Deathly Hollows. Like Force Awaken was Deathly Hollows 1, and The Last Jedi was Deathly Hollows 2, and it should have just been one movie broken in half,
Hmm.
because I think it flows better that way, and it would have been a better just movie if it was just The Force Awakens and part 1, The Force Awakens part 2.
Yeah.
Because there was so much random stuff in a movie that didn't make sense, but it would make more sense. Like if you watch 7 and 8 together back to back, you're like, oh, okay.
I
But
watched this in so
if you
long.
don't have that mindset, you're like, you know. And then like just to waste Phasma, you make her this like this um person who's just so badass, and then she's not, you know.
See, I feel like I don't know. This last episodes or last movies, it's just a storyline because it's just like
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know the Palpatine part. I don't know. I know they try to fix it with Bad Batch, but I'm just like I don't know if they could ever fix that and make it better.
yeah, yeah. I don't
I mean, it
know.
might make some people happy, but I don't know. I'm like, you guys just messed up all
Yeah,
the stories with that storyline.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I don't know. And I just like I think like episode 9, you know what I mean? They had a month to write the script before they started filming and doing all this stuff. And it's just like
That
they
rush.
should have delayed it. You know.
I don't know. That's why I think
So
like that's why I'm trying to just watch all of Acolyte before I give it my 100% like honest opinion. Because like right now I don't mind it, but I
yeah,
just because part of me just thinks that they know better, like the directors and all that, because it's like they know how important these movies and shows are to people. So I would just like to think that they're trying their
yeah,
best, you know, especially seeing the backlash of the last movies. So I don't know. That's just where I think people. It's hard for people to get on board too because it's new characters. Like you get attached to all the old characters, and now you have people that
yeah,
you've never even seen before. You know.
yeah. Well, it's like it's like it's people like that hated Bo Katan being such a center person in the season 3 of The Mandalorian, but like if you watch a interview with John that happened way before the season 3 came out, I think it was like in the middle of season 2, maybe. I might be wrong, but he says like the Mandalorian isn't always the Mandalorian, like
Mm-hmm.
you know. It's even like it's even the same thing right now with Hasbro, and like everybody's hating that we're getting so many different like Mandalorian action figures, and they want this and they want that, but it's just like it's kind of like I like it personally because that's what my one of my focuses are as Mandalorians, but it's
Yeah.
cool to like get all of these other characters, and they're just like, oh, there's just too many of them, there's too many of them. I'm like, no, we could use a couple more, but they're so busy on like focused on the the amount that we're getting. Drop my phone.
Nice.
They're so busy on I'm like twirling a knife and I didn't want it to fall out of its sheath. um they're so busy on the amount that we're getting that I don't even think they realize like one of them has new armor that's very similar to another character's armor, and I'm like, ooh, is this a potential like way for
Ooh,
them to
messed
make this?
up.
Hmm.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So they can, it'll be easier. Well, that's even like
Yeah,
Tyler sent me a reel of people complaining about May and Osha's hair. They're like, oh, that's poor writing or lazy writing because all they did is put extensions, but they have the same, like, how would they have the same hairstyle when they don't even know that they were alive? But I'm like, one, in real life, when identical twins are separated, they do have stuff like that. But two,
yeah,
being in the hair industry for so long, like those braids aren't coming in and out. Like they can't just take them out and put them back in. Like those braids are staying there.
yeah,
So
yeah.
instead of probably putting a cheesy wig on her to make it look bad, they're like, let's just put extensions in, which I appreciate because I don't want a fake looking wig on her, you know? But I'm like, yeah, those
Yeah,
braids, that girl's been wearing those braids for like a month. Like black girls, like there's a reason that they braid their hair like that. It doesn't just come in and out. So I'm
yeah.
like, maybe it was lazy writing, or maybe it's because you can't do anything about it.
Well, you notice their hair was braided that way from a very young age, so it's just
Hmm.
like that's
Maybe it's
probably
just
just
all
the way.
they know.
Yeah, it's the way that they kept it. I mean, let's face it. I was a single dad for many, many years, and I had three ways I did the girls' hair. I did it in a high ponytail, a low ponytail, or a low ponytail with a braid.
Oh
Maybe
my.
four, because I would do a high ponytail with a braid.
With a
So
braid.
four.
Yeah.
Okay, and they rocked that haircut until, or that hairstyle until they were able to learn how to curl their own hair,
Mm-hmm.
straighten their own hair. You know what I
Well, it's like
mean?
even
Like,
too like the braids are probably easier for fighting too, for the fighting scenes because yes,
yeah,
they whip around, but braids are just so much easier. They get out of your face, they don't get in your mouth. Like so, I'm
Mhm.
like, it could be from all these different other, and that's just from me doing hair for so long. Like I just kind of see like
yeah,
I see why
yeah,
they kept it pretty simple with the hair. Because look at
yeah. Well,
even
and
Reva, I hated her stupid hair, but I kind of get it. It's out of her face, it's out of the
mhm.
way. Like it was ugly, but it's okay.
Well, and it's like,
Or
and you do.
Ahsoka. Everyone
Hmm.
bitched about her little whatever things. She couldn't fight with him longer.
Hmm. You bring up a good point though. Like you said it perfectly that it gets out of the way of your face when you're fighting. Look at MMA fighters or even boxers. They all cornroll their hair so that it's not in their face obstructing. Yeah, that's right.
Obstructing. Yeah.
Yeah, their view of their face. It's
Mm-hmm.
easier to see through this than it is to see through this.
Exactly. Because when you watch her fight too, it flips around, but it's not. It's
Yeah,
never in her face. So I'm like, I get it. I get it. So that doesn't upset me.
I like. Yeah, I like that it's almost in the shape of a helmet too.
Yes, I noticed that too. How it kind of goes down. I was like, huh, that's
Hmm.
interesting.
Yeah,
Because I feel
I
like
was like, I
I
wonder
don't
if that
know
was
those little
intentional.
things. Yeah, I'm like, I feel like
Yeah.
those things are. I don't know.
Hmm. But yeah, overall, I liked it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like it's one of those scenes where I'm not going to be like it's the best show in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody should watch it. It's one of those scenes where I'm like, if you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to enjoy it because it's Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
You'll probably enjoy it more if you wait and watch the whole thing at once.
Yeah.
Especially if you're somebody like Lena. Lena's so impatient. She's like, "That's it? That's all?" And I was just like, "Yeah." And she's like,
Yep.
"Whatever."
But like I said, everyone's so mad about the witches the way that they're like, there's just that doesn't make sense. And I'm like, well, yeah, because the show's not over. They made that very
Yeah,
obvious with the like how they panned out to show that they weren't burned. They didn't have any other markings on them. So I'm like, obviously, they want you to know that they weren't burned in the fire. Have some patience.
yeah,
Jeez
yeah. So
Louise. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna be my favorite show, but it's not like awful.
yeah, I
It doesn't
probably
deserve
won't
all
pick
the
up the
backlash people are like giving it.
yeah. I probably won't pick up the DVD set.
Yeah, right. Same. But it's not
They
bad. Like,
yeah. We'll see. What
yeah,
are
I'm
you
gonna
watching
say.
right now besides that?
I started The Gentleman on Netflix with Theo James Theo James, yeah, Theo James. It's quite funny. Big fan.
I heard it was pretty good. I haven't watched it
It's
yet.
really good. It's a little gory for
Yeah,
me, but I'm getting better at it.
yeah.
But it's
Me
funny.
and
So,
Zoe watched Sweet Dream. Yeah, Sweet Dream
never
with
know.
Johnny Knoxville the other day. It's pretty cool. He plays like a middle-aged like a single dad who is like an alcoholic and he ends up going to rehab.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, but it's really cool. It's got Bobby Lee. It's got Theo Vaughn. It has Gata from Little Dicky show, Dave. Um, it has a couple other actors in there and comedians. Um, but it was cool. It was definitely like it was definitely neat.
You need to, since you have Netflix, you need to watch The Brother's Son.
The brother's son.
Yeah.
You
Really good.
probably won't. You probably won't watch it, but Lena watched this show called The House of Usher. That's hella good.
Usher. Like the rapper
Yeah,
Usher?
yeah, like that, but it's not him. That's what I thought too. I was like, "What is this? A
Oh.
documentary?"
It looks
It's pretty
interesting.
cool. Yeah.
Huh. Is it scary?
Did you and Randall? Yeah, yes and no.
Well, it's a horror drama.
Yeah.
I was watching the lights on.
Did you? That's what she did. She's like, "Why are you going in your bathroom?" She literally texted me and she's like, "You've been in your room a long time." I'm like, "I'm going to the bathroom. Leave me alone." Like, and then I just laid on my bed and I was like, I'm like bullshitting, and she's just like, "Why are you in your room? Come out in the living room." I'm like, "You have your own room. Go watch it in your room." And she's like, "No, I want to watch it in the living room." And I go
Wait,
out
wait,
and
wait.
like kitchen lights on, the dining room lights on. I'm like, damn fool. I'm like, you don't pay PG&E, turn this shit off.
That would be 100% me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
literally.
you'd like The Brother's Son, though.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
Yeah,
I'm
you
on the
better.
last season of Sweet Tooth right now.
When you're done that, you better watch The Brother's Son. Or we're no
Mm.
longer friends.
I was gonna go to the gym today, but it's almost 5 o'clock now. So
That's
should
only
I
excuse for
go?
me.
Huh?
This sounds like an excuse to me.
I don't know. Well, and then like I'm not trying to make excuses, but then I think about it too. Like, I didn't eat Sunday, I didn't eat Monday, I didn't eat
True.
Tuesday. All I drank was like a protein shake, a smoothie, and some beef pho broth.
Yeah. I forgot
Yeah,
that you told me you got all. Yeah. Yeah, you might want to take it
yeah.
easy. Just
Well, and that's why I was like, I can feel a knot in my right shoulder, so I'm trying to work that out right now. That's what I was doing before we got on. I was like rolling on a tennis ball up against the wall.
no fun.
So then I'm like, should I just take this week off?
Probably. Well, it's already Friday.
And yeah, I'll probably end up coming in tomorrow morning and working out before work. So yeah. What's the weather like? Is it? I seen Randall like posted it was like ugly and like rainy, and he was like, this wasn't like this 30 minutes ago.
It's been hot. It was 88 degrees.
Mm.
And it's like, yeah, a
It
little
was
humid.
106 over here.
Well, the humidity is worse, okay? I'd rather take that. I don't
Yeah,
know,
you
actually.
do
I
look
don't
kind of
know.
like
It's hard.
you look sticky when you snap me. Your hair's all stuck to your
I
face. Your
know.
eyelashes are on the lid.
Well, yeah. Those buses
Do you
have
come home with
AC, but it's not the best AC.
AC? Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, hell yeah. You want to do Star Wars conversations?
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Been so long. Wow. Star Wars
Did you
conversations.
just dust? Did you just dust it off?
It's Dusty. That's how long it's been. Okay. I gotta remember which side's what. Have we done this? We done that side. Oh yeah, we're on this side. Okay.
Do you have solar out there?
No.
Oh,
Why?
but I imagine your PG&E is not that bad though, huh?
Hmm. Like 200 something.
Yeah, I just
Which
spent
is not.
446.
Yeah. That's what Randall too. He's like, our electricity bill was up 25% since last year. I'm like, we could be in California still and paying like, but I think the highest we ever paid was like $500 when we were out there
Yeah,
a month.
I
So
paid
I'm like,
almost 700 one month.
yeah. So I'm like, 200? I will take that. Like, 1000%.
Literally, literally.
All right.
And
You
then
ready?
like, go.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, no. No, you go.
What?
You
No,
go.
it's fine.
No, you
No,
go.
it's okay.
Are you
No,
going to talk about
go, because I was
electricity?
just I was rambling about electricity.
First one, the galaxy. If you could live on any Star Wars planet, where would you want to take up residence? That's a hard one.
One that doesn't have PG&E.
Right. Let me guess, you would say Mandalore?
Probably, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know where I'd want to go. Mandalore would be cool, but
Yeah.
so would Naboo. Sounds pretty.
Naboo would be dope. I know most people would be like, oh, I want to go to like Endor, and I'm like, do you know all the monsters
Hmm.
that live in Endor? Like,
Right? Like,
those
have you
Ewoks
seen
weren't
the
even
little.
cuddly.
I was just about to say that. Have you seen the little running teddy bears? Like, no, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, they're cannibals.
Little
Um,
bit.
do you think we're gonna see some Mandalorians in the show?
I don't know. That would be interesting. I
Because
think that'd make a lot of people
they're
mad.
they're around. I don't know when Tar Vizsla was around, but it would be cool.
That would be cool. I never even didn't cross my mind.
Yeah.
Okay, second one. Speaking of, you get your very own set of Mandalorian armor. What colors and designs do you choose?
Okay. So here's something that kind of bothers me
I knew you would bring
about
this up.
the multicolor, which some people probably know, but not a lot of people know. Like, different colors mean different things in the Mandalorian culture. The color of your armor means something different. Like black, I don't want to butcher it because it's been so long, but it's like brown is honor, black is vengeance, something something something. That's why like Boba Fett has all those tally marks on his helmet, and then after in the book of Boba Fett he paints over them because all those tally marks were representative of something that he needed to take care of for like to redeem or something. I'm butchering it, but different colors are specific.
Like
So
there's
when
a
like
meaning.
yes, I hate when I see cosplayers in pink armor, in purple armor. Like, I shouldn't hate it so much, but it's just like,
That's like your one
ugh.
trigger I've noticed with like the Star Wars
Yes,
community that you're just like you cannot handle. Other than that, like you're chill, but that gets you.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, I don't care how attractive you are. Mandalorian armor is not supposed to be purple or pink.
So your armor would be
Or
what I guess you earn.
probably black and red.
That'd be dope. Can I be like um
No,
Din Djarin, all silver?
sure,
It's a dope.
sure.
What does silver mean? Do you
You
know?
are,
You probably don't know off the
I
top of your
don't
head.
remember. You know what? I'm gonna have to look it up, but I don't remember.
Hmm.
Damn. So,
Well, now that we got that off your chest. um, ooh,
damn, how many
uh,
times have I said that you remember that?
only a few, honestly. Like maybe two other times because it's always been something popped up like on Instagram or something, and you're like, oh, I don't like this.
Yeah. Or when the female's body armor is in the shape of a heart, I'm like, come on, you're leaving so much exposed area.
You would get stabbed or shot.
Literally, literally.
I don't think I've seen a heart one like that, but
I
I
have.
have seen the pink and the purples and the glitter one. I think that's one you sent me or something one time. It was something wild like that. I think it was all glitter.
Nope,
Yeah.
don't want it.
That'd be a deal breaker. You go on a date with a Star Wars girl. She's like, oh, I cosplay Mandalorian. You're like, oh, cool. What color? You're like, yeah, we're done.
I'm all check, please, and you're paying half.
Right. Oh my god. Okay, last one, characters. Who is your favorite Star Wars villain?
Star Wars villain,
Villain.
Jar Jar Binks,
Yes. He was supposed
because
to be.
everybody hates him.
Oh my
Hmm.
gosh.
I
Mine's
often think
obviously.
about what Star Wars would be if Lucas didn't care what the fans had to say and all the backlash. You know?
Oh, that's what you're saying, yeah. Like if
Yeah.
they just rolled with it.
Yeah. But we are getting a Darth Jar Jar here soon.
Are we?
Yeah, Disney's coming out with a Lego kind of like what
Oh my
if.
god, yes!
Yeah.
But like he was supposed to be a Sith.
Yeah.
Like if you watch Phantom Menace, like he's mouthing stuff. Like they
Yeah.
set little things in that. Like but I think too
And
many
that
kids liked him.
yeah, too many kids liked him and too many people hated him. But again,
Yeah.
too, like I think that would have been a great like wow.
Because the kids loved it and then because the adults hated him, it would have having that train people like,
Yeah.
oh, that makes sense why I hated him. And the kids will be like, oh my gosh, he's a bad guy. Like it would have
Mhm.
been perfect, but
Yeah.
whatever.
But besides him, I would say, what was it? Your favorite Star Wars villain?
Yeah.
Mm, I mean, after you watch the Clone Wars and everything, I'd have to say Palpatine, just because like the amount
Really?
of manipulation he did. Yeah, like he fooled everybody. He was a great villain
True.
to be charismatic and sympathetic, but also vigilant and conniving and cunning,
I mean,
cunning. You know what I mean? Like he pulled the wool over everybody's eyes.
that's true. Yeah.
So,
I
what
would be
about you?
Vader and Maul.
Yeah, I
Shocker.
figured. Yeah, that's like saying, "Did you drink water today?"
Or I like Thrawn. Thrawn's cool too.
I do like Thrawn. I do. I do. There's
Mm,
something menacing about somebody who doesn't have any emotion and talks very
yes.
softly.
Randall still can't.
Like
He doesn't understand it. He still is just like, I don't get it. He doesn't have the Force. He doesn't. I'm like, you have to watch Clone Wars, okay? Or Rebels. Like, watch this.
he should watch. He should read the books. You have the
He's not
books.
a reader. He's not.
I know. As I'm
Like,
saying it,
he is, but his
I'm
mind
like,
is too.
hey, Randall doesn't even read instructions.
He's too
He's all
ADHD.
garbage, garbage,
Yeah. He
fire
started a
starter.
book a year later. He's still not finished with it.
Yeah. I bet if
He's
it
just
was
not a reader.
audio though, I bet if it was
That's what I
audio
think too.
when he's in the what does he
Like the
drive?
rig.
Yeah. So, did you watch
Not to mention that to him.
Furiosa?
No.
Uh,
Furiosa?
yeah. Mad Max the prequel.
No.
It was really good. Did you watch Civil War?
No. Is it out?
It's renting now.
No. No.
I
I don't
figured
want to
Randall
watch
would
it
want to
like that.
watch it.
We want to watch it. We just now that our theater's like
I'll
so
wait.
far away, we are picking and choosing what movies to go see because the one that's in Maysville next to us, our town, it sucks. So I'd rather drive the hour to go to a movie we want to see. Like Deadpool, we're definitely going an
Yeah.
hour away.
Plus, there's so much more exploring to do out there that you haven't done yet. That it's probably like the last thing you guys want to do is like go to the movies on your limited
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean?
Like we just found a castle that you can go take a tour and it's an hour and a half away. It's $5 to get in. It's a whole freaking castle.
That's tight.
So we're doing that.
That's
My next
tight.
Saturday off. Yeah. I'm like, it's an hour and a half away. We can drive that.
Is it bad that I've been looking up all the different toy stores and conventions that happen around you?
You're gonna have to plan it perfectly when you come visit. You're like, so I'm here to see you, but there's this convention and this convention, and we have to go to this store and this store.
Yeah. Like one of the largest King County. Where's King County? I don't remember where King County is at. But there's like a big toy retro con or something like that's out there. But there's like a really big like vendor toy store like thing that happens in Ohio. That's not too far from you.
That's crazy to me.
So, but all right, like, comment, subscribe.
All that jazz.
Our stuff is in the link in the bio. We'll get another one out next week, I promise.
We'll see. Life's been crazy and busy, but we'll try. We'll
No,
try.
I know. We try our best.
We do.
I mean, you can always hit us up on
The green.
the gram. Last week's was fun, definitely fun.
I did end up posting that on our YouTube, but I couldn't make clips out of it since Mike, it's on Mike's editing, which is fine.
Yeah, I saw you posted it. So,
Yup.
all right, I'm gonna go procrastinate some more.
You have fun.
All right, get some sleep.
I will.
May
Peace
the
out, Girl
force be
Scout.
with you.
Always.
May the force be with you.